We are putting on a shadow puppet theater production to discover through Socratic dialogue if shadow puppet theater counts as science.
All right, here we go. Action. La 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 la. Oof. Oh, hi, Dr. Science. What you doing?
Just putting the finishing touches on my shadow puppet theater. And done.
Neat. I didn't know you were into the arts.
Silly Artia, it's not art, it's science.
Ha ha ha. Next thing I know, you'll be telling me it's a misconception that the sky is blue.
Well, we'll just leave a pin in that topic for the moment, but I do want to address the notion of misconceptions.
What about misconceptions?
Well, I learned from my science class today that there is better terms to use instead of misconception to inspire learning in students. Students will often explore their thinking by guessing what the principles mean. Sometimes it is not the correct answer, and that is okay. We want to make sure we don't deter their thinking by saying it is wrong by calling it a misconception. It is better to describe them as alternative frameworks, which has a positive connotation. This inspires them to explore the view rather than give up. In fact, a reputable scientist named Koch says that when we listen to students' ideas and ask students to explain their thinking, they learn much more.
I think I get what you're saying. Instead of phrasing it as a misconception, which implies that it's wrong, we should be more open about the different ways of thinking.
Exactly! Now that we've covered misconceptions, would you like to see my puppet theater?
I'd love to. It sure looks cool.
Awesome! Let's go! Wait, there's Transparent. Hey, Transparent, do you mind coming into the theater and we can do an experiment with you?
Oh, hi guys. Sure, no problem. I love puppet shows.
Hey, Artia, please go outside and tell me what you see on the screen.
Okay. Well, I still don't think you're going to be able to convince me that this is science, but I can see that the light travels through the see-through parts of Transparent, but not through her head. I wonder what this would be called in scientific terms.
I see that as well. One of the things we learned at school is the properties of matter, such as transparency and opaqueness. So her body is transparent, but her head is opaque.
I remember that. We learned these two concepts about matter in our grade 4 science curriculum in the units of light and shadows.
So you're beginning to see that some forms of art can also count as science.
Okay, well maybe, because this is cool, but I'm still not convinced that shadow puppet theater is science, because art is an expression of emotion to draw out our audience and to help them perform.
What? Transparent, would you mind moving closer to the light source at the back of the theater, please?
Sure, no problem. Well, I can see as Transparent moves closer to the light source that her image gets bigger, but so what? That's also an aspect of art and performing for people. I take it you're going to try and tell me that this is actually science?
Yahoo! You bet it does! This also confirms our science curriculum objective in grade 4 that explains that shadow sizes get larger or smaller depending on proximity to a light source.
Well, I don't know what to say now, because I watched a YouTube video last night called Why is Science Important? And they said that knowing how the world really works and finding out by looking at the world is better than just believing what someone else tells you or making up a fancy about it. So although I believe you that this puppet theater is a form of art and does count as science, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this science thing.
Well, science has many definitions. Even under Merriam-Webster Dictionary, there are several ways to define science, such as the state of knowing, knowing as distinguished from ignorance or misunderstanding, or something that may be studied or learned like systematized knowledge.
Oh, that must be where the saying comes from, have it down to a science.
Exactly. But my personal favorite definition by them, and the one that might help convince you that this is science, is a system or method reconciling practical ends with scientific laws. They then provide the example that cooking is both a science and an art.
Well, based on that definition and what you've explained about the shadow puppet theater, since it counts as a science, I now understand that things can be both art and science. During a puppet show, students are able to explore science in an artistic way, demonstrating by unit topics learned in the school curriculum, such as light and shadows. And if you didn't notice, we're also incorporating waste in our world, such as upcycling by our theater, as well as the fact that we're made from recycled material.
Thank you for watching!
For all you future teachers out there, this puppet art show exhibits 3 main motives teachers may use for learning science.
First, many subjects, including art, when explored with discovery learning, can also provide opportunities to incorporate science.
Secondly, by entertaining the students and engaging them with multimodal approaches, including this artistic one, students can covertly be taught other subjects like science without even realizing it.
And finally, science is everywhere in our world. And helping students to construct science knowledge via many different disciplines helps to make science even more fun and to inspire learning.
So, in closing, we hope that this demonstration helps you not only better understand what science is, but how to teach this kind of lesson in your own classrooms.
The end.